This segment of the obligatory PSU Pregame Show is brought to you by us. For the Blogy, visit fortheblogy.com/club to join the FTB Donors Club, the most direct way to support our efforts and receive a custom FTB bottle koozie as a thank you for your donation.
And we're back. Happy Valley Live, obligatory PSU Pregame Show Season 10. Our first random number generator segment of the year. We hope it's going to be one that actually ends in a national championship. We can feel pretty good about it. We are going to predict this stupid game we're playing this weekend. But more importantly, we're going to predict a regular season record and playoff outcome for our Nittany Lions. And because he's not here, I know he normally likes to go last.
Yeah, he does.
I'm just going to make Brandon Noble go first because we got him recorded. So here's Noble's answers to all the key questions.
10 years of obligatory. So I guess I wasn't getting out of this, even though I'm over here in Copenhagen, Denmark. So I figured in a very appropriate way I would do this while I was riding my bike. You may or may not be able to hear this because of the wind. So we always ride our bikes here, and it is always windy here, and the wind is always blowing in your face. I just got hit by bird shit. That's even better. Look at that. Just got shit on by a bird. That's good luck. So I don't know if we can use this or not, Chris, but here's my season prediction. We lose one game. It's to the Iowa Hawkeyes. We beat Oregon. We beat Ohio State. We go to Kinnick. We lose a tough one, which is about right. And if you're going to lose, that's the one, right? And it's good for us for a couple reasons. Number one, getting kicked in the teeth is always a good thing. It sucks to lose, but it's a good thing to have to overcome some adversity. And then the last part of that is it keeps Mike The Mailman from being correct about us being undefeated again. So those are positives as far as the season is concerned. We win a Big Ten championship. We go to the national championship. I'm sure we'll talk about what that means at some other time. And random number generator, since a bird just shit on me, 107-2, we win. We are. I just ran a red light. I think I'll get in trouble.
Good stuff. We appreciate Brandon recording that as they were in the midst of playoff prep. Fair to say I'm leaving you to the end.
Okay,
today.
thank you. All right,
okay.
thank you.
We got to go out on an uber positive note.
That's right.
And you're the guy.
The last shall be first.
Let's talk about Nevada or Nevada. I'm going to call them Nevada because I know they don't like it. Tell me one interesting fact about this team Penn State will beat by 40 points.
Chubba Purdy,
yes,
brother of Brock Purdy, was supposed to be the starter last year. Double groin tear in spring camp last year. Can't imagine that. Imagine double. If you tried to run the 40, that would probably happen to you. Imagine tearing both of your groins.
If I try to have a second kid, that'll happen.
Anyway. So that's interesting. That's going to be the storyline. He's an athletic guy. Excited to see how that works out. Give me Penn State 56, Nevada 7. I guess they'll get in the end zone towards the end when we put in our fourth stringers.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but when you talk about a team that has been absolutely shellacked by the transfer portal, whatever talent was on that Nevada roster, and it was not much, they won 3 games, it's all been taken by higher level teams. And you look at it, they lost their leading passer, they lost their top 3 or 4 leading rushers, top 2 receivers, top tacklers, top sack leaders. There is, Landon, Kevin, not a player on this Nevada roster who defensively recorded an interception last season. They're all gone. Every pick is off the roster. Wow. And this was a team that finished last place in the Mountain West.
Well, I'll tell you, their head coach, Jeff Choate, he made a joke that 10 out of 11 of their starters on defense are gone. And he said maybe it's a good thing.
I thought, how could it get any worse, right?
That's very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Yeah, we talk about the best of the NIL is Penn State being able to keep guys in college for next year. This is the Nevada stuff's definitely the worst of NIL, where these Mountain West teams can't keep it together.
Yeah.
It's actually very sad. And it's already sad enough that they have to go to school in Reno, Nevada, which is probably the worst big city I've ever been in. So to have to deal with that and also be at the bottom of the Mountain West year in and year out. I mean, this is not Colin Kaepernick's, Mike's favorite NFL player of all time, not his Nevada Wolfpack anymore. No. Chris Alt, he's their coach, right? He's in the Hall of Fame.
It's not even Carson Strong's Nevada Wolfpack anymore.
No, they weren't even that good, but yeah. Chris Alt, he was like 30 years there. He's in the Hall of Fame, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
You know Chris.
Oh, yeah. I know that. So what's your prediction, right?
Well, you said every game's important. Every game's important to you, Michael, because you're going to be spotting them 44 or 45 points. Open up at 45.5. As we record, this is around 44. I expect you to get up to, I think it'll go back to 45 by kickoff. Penn State has covered every single spread in the James Franklin era when they're favored by 44 or more points.
So you think it is going to go back to 45 before kickoff?
Yes. That's just the way I see the money going.
Interesting. Okay, because I was going to go 52-7, but then that breaks that trend you just laid out.
Right. It's going to bounce between there. Those are actually
well.
How about
52-0? We're not going to let them score. That's my prediction. Go randomly generate a score.
I don't know. 42-7.
Sounds good. So Mike the Mailman, just give me a number.
63-0.
Oh, you actually gave a score. This is great. 10 seasons. We're making progress. Wonderful. Okay, there. Yeah, we all picked Penn State to beat Nevada. I know that's what you were waiting for. Let's get into the actual meat of it now. What are the Nittany Lions going to make of a year where they are bringing back a ton of top-level talent, a lot of it from that blockbuster 2022 recruiting class? No quarterback, in terms of his pedigree as a recruit, has matched the hype of Drew Allen. No tandem of running backs has had a career in the blue and white like Nick and Katron since the great Franco Harris and Lydell Mitchell. As you mentioned, offensive line is getting better and better year over year since 2022. This is the best O-line Penn State maybe has had in a quarter century. We talk about defensively stars at every single level, probably 2 stars at every level of the defense, and a coaching staff that I think top to bottom matches anybody nationwide. And in the 2 places where you had vacancy, defensive coordinator and running backs coach, you go out and you poach Ohio State's national championship winning DC, and you bring in a running backs coach who has national championship experience under Urban Meyer at Ohio State and Florida, and also coach running backs at Texas. So you probably stayed level or upgraded anywhere that you had a vacancy. This is it. The pressure is on. And so I want you to talk a little bit about your expectations for the season. Give me a regular season record prediction and tell me how far is Penn State going to go in the playoffs. Landon, going back to you.
Yeah, I'll go 11-1. I think that the one loss is going to be to Ohio State in Columbus, just because we have not won in Columbus since 2011. Shout out Tom Bradley for getting that one down. Yeah. Tom Bradley was the last interim head coach to win in Columbus.
Let me ask you this. I know you're going to go do tailgate trivia. This is a great tailgate trivia question for during the season. How many times has Penn State won at the Horseshoe since we began competition in the Big Ten in 1993?
Go 3.
Wrong. Do you know?
2?
Yes. Twice since 1993. Okay, so 11-1 is your prediction.
That's impressive. Okay. Yeah, 11-1. Look, I think we can beat Ohio State. We just haven't done it in a long time, not only in Columbus, but also at home. Until we do it, it's going to be hard for me to say that it's going to happen. Look, you got it all, as you said. You filled every vacancy in the coaching staff that you needed to fill. I think you have the best offense-defensive coordinator combo that there is out there in college football. You have the veteran quarterback that, he's not going to be a Heisman candidate because he's not going to put up the type of numbers that you need for that. But he is going to be very good, very solid. You got the running backs. The whole offense looks great, and I think the defense is going to take shape very quickly. There's no excuses. It's all out on the table. As I said earlier, there's no juggernaut around college football. And even if there is, it might be us if you're looking around college football at the moment. It's do or die for Penn State. I'll go 11-1. I think that puts us in the Big Ten championship. I'll say I think we get a rematch versus Ohio State. I would be fine if we lose to Ohio State in Columbus and then get them back in the Big Ten championship. That is my prediction. That is what is going to happen. We'll be in Lucas Oil, and Drew Aller, as the kids will say, will get his lick back. And we'll take down Ohio State there, get a bye, probably be 1 or 2 at that point going into the college football playoffs. You'll get a bye first round. Look, I'm going to say we're going to the national championship, and I think we'll win it.
Yeah!
We'll win it.
Go.
I think we'll win it. I think it'll turn to pandemonium downtown State College. I want to grease the polls. I want to see just, the police come out with shooting people with rubber bullets, and I want fire to be set to the streets of State College. I'm already a townie, but I need to experience something amazing at Penn State. Please, James Franklin, if you're listening, let's go win a couple big ones.
You all think it can't happen? I am 46 years old. I spent my entire life as a Philadelphia sports fan. And somehow, as I sit here today, my Eagles are 2-time champions. I saw some shit along the way, but it can happen to anyone if it can happen to Philadelphia. Kevin, give me a regular season number. Talk to me about the Big Ten championship and what's going to happen in the postseason.
They have the benefit of a salary cap, which Penn State does not. I'm going to say 10-2 playoffs. I'm not going to predict the playoffs. It is impossible. Like I said, we do not know. There could be a Death Star team.
You start following directions, he stops. Okay, I see.
I mean, who knows? Arch Manning could be the best quarterback in the last 10 years. We don't know, right? In which case, well, then Texas will win. I think Penn State is positioned well to go far in the playoffs. I'm not a national championship bus guy because I don't know. We don't know the teams yet. We don't know the matchups. It's last year, if we didn't make it to where we made it, and you lose to SMU or Boise, well, that's a huge disappointment. But maybe you get Texas in the first round or some great team in the first round. If Penn State wins it all, I think it's going to be sort of like a Michigan type season where they get up on a team and then they just hand the ball off for the whole second half because we know Drew Aller in big games, that sort of doesn't change. 10-2, could be 11-1. I don't see us winning in Columbus. Maybe they do. Penn State was very fortunate last year. They were on the ropes like in Minnesota, USC, Bowling Green. Any one of those goes a different way. And we're talking about this season and even last season totally differently. And it was skill that they won those games ultimately. But you need a lot of luck, too, when you're up against the ropes to make that happen. Yep. So, I don't know. College football is such a small sample size. And so the narratives get solidified so quickly based on a lot of luck. Penn State needs a lot of luck, just like any national championship team needs a lot of luck. And I hope they get it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's 12-0. Let's get a perfect season. Why not? But as of now, I'm going to say 10-2. I think they beat Oregon. I think Oregon ends up having a disappointing year. But, who knows what else you can drop. We'll see.
Big Ten title game. They're going to play for it, and are they going to win?
Same man. I mean, they'll play for it. We'll complain.
Okay. All right.
We'll complain about having to play in it.
Yeah.
Leading up. This could be the year where he should just collude with whatever head coaches on the other team. Be like, hey, this is stupid. Why don't we everyone just play our backups and let's make this what it is. But yeah, play for it. I don't know. Sure, they'll win it. Whatever. I think that they are the best or the second best team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Without question. I think there's a big gap. And the betting odds show this, Michael. There's a big gap behind Penn State and Ohio State. You got Oregon, and then you got, I think, Michigan. But they're not, Penn State's like 2-1 to win the Big Ten. And behind them, Oregon's 4-1 and Michigan's 8-1 or something like that. So I think there's a big gap between those first two. Man, if they could pick one out in Columbus, everything would get a little bit more intense, wouldn't it?
Sure would. It'd be on a level we have not seen in a very, very long time.
You would see the tanks, the State College police tanks downtown.
Yes.
Even though it was an away game, you should get downtown.
Yeah, Mike The Mailman maybe is the only one who has seen it go to that level. Yeah. This is the team. This is the year. We talked about this on the Obligatory PSU podcast, which you can get wherever you get your podcasts, that we didn't do, going back to talk about season 1 of the show, season record predictions. No. And so we didn't start doing a record prediction in the first show of the season until year 2, first year on TV. And that was going into 2017, coming off the Big Ten title. A lot of people were looking at, could this be a team that makes a 14 playoff and wins it all? And I really think it has been since then that I had a chance to credibly, notice I say credibly because you pick us to go undefeated all the time, but it's not credible.
I understand.
I had a chance to credibly pick us to go undefeated. So I texted you guys earlier in the week and I said, I need somebody, please tell me something Talk me out of 10-2, which is where my head is at. And I just thought, you know what? To hell with it. Who cares what I predict? If you're going to be here at the beginning of the season, what could be won for the ages?
That's right.
Don't be an asshole. Just pick 12-0. And so that's where I'm at. I'm going to do like I did the last time you and I were simpatico, Mike the Mailman.
You said 10-2. I have it on text.
12-0. They're going to win the Big Ten. And I don't care who they play in the playoffs. They're going to find a way to get it done, as Len and Tengwall already told you. Penn State's going to win it all. That's my prediction. Mike the Mailman, take us out.
Well, you guys talk about Penn State always wins games in their favorite, right? I think Penn State's going to be favored in every game this year. I don't care. I mean, Ohio State will probably lose to Texas, and then obviously Penn State will be 5 or 6-0 before they play Ohio State. So Penn State will be a small favorite. And so if they win every game that they're always in favor, they're going to win this. They're going to win them all this year. They'll be 16-0 because you get a bye on the first weekend because they win the Big Ten title. They get a bye. 16-0 is not out of a possibility.
For the first time, Michael, I agree with you. It's not out of the possibility. And the scenario you just described, where Ohio State loses to Texas by like 2 touchdowns, and we both go in. Penn State goes into Columbus undefeated. Ohio State with 1 loss. Be a pick 'em game. You're right. We don't win those either, though.
I think Penn State will win double-digit every game this year. I think they're that good. Like Steve said on the podcast the other night, I've been around a long time to watch all these good Penn State teams win with Joe Paterno having all these like 30-game win streaks or something. I think it's going to happen. This is the year it's going to happen.
I think there is a legitimate chance this time, Mike, that it actually could. And no matter what, we're going to be here with you from Happy Valley Live every week, and we appreciate you being here. If you have somehow been through most or maybe even all of the steps of this idiotic 10-season journey, I cannot tell you how much we appreciate you and question your sanity. If you're a newbie and you're along for the ride the first time, welcome. We'll be happy to have you with us here as we chronicle the 2025 Nittany Lions. Can't wait to get Noble back stateside, but Tengwall, we appreciate you being here. You'll be with us all season long. Thanks, everybody. Go State, beat Nevada. Until we talk to you next, take care of yourselves and each other. Go win the national championship. We are